Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So we are going to start with the Vulture and the Great Spirit. So this lesson is coming from the Buzzword class 8. The publisher is Orient Black Swan. Now, before going ahead, I would like to tell you that to watch this video, please watch it on a landscape mode and with the higher quality. Because I have just clicked the picture of the text, so it might be possible that you might see the text very blurry. So it is better if you can use it on a very high resolution and use it on a landscape mode. So let's start the lesson now. Now this is a story from long ago, back in time when Mother Earth was young. So Mother Earth means it is created, okay, and the earth was beautiful. And at that point of time, the Great Spirit, okay, the Great Spirit, it means the God actually created, finished his work, and all the creatures he had placed. Here he could still meet and talk with him freely. So any creature, if they want to talk to him, they can talk to the God, the Great Spirit, freely. Now here it is actually mentioned grandfather son. So the characters were given to the uh, materialistic or the planets and almost most of the things had been making his way. So the sun is actually coming out and it's been there in the sky for several hours. Now you can see him that it is the afternoon time, and the blackbird. Now here it is being mentioned that it is the vulture, the overly large. So you know that structure of the vulture is quite big, ugly red head. In this line, you can imagine that it seems very terrific, right? The vultures are not quite beautiful like other birds, set high in a tree, and they usually sit at the top of the tree, and they even build their nest also to very tall trees. Now, contemplating means like thinking in very deep thought. Oh, and about the events of the last few days, so which were happening, and he was in a very deep thinking, like what is my role, what is my purpose, why I am like this. Finally, at this point of time, he decided that this is all much too complicated. Now he is not able to understand his own self. So he says to himself, like, I should see the Great Spirit to help me out. And he stretched out his huge, powerful wings and swoop. Swoop means going downward, okay? And then catching the wind to blew up in the sky. And the fact is, the vultures actually can fly higher than the eagle. So at most of the time you can see in the sky, most of the time you will see eagles actually flying. Soon he came to the lodge of the Great Spirit. The lodge is connected with two meanings. Either it's just a temporary hut or any kind of settlement, okay, a shelter. And a lodge is also connected with the hotels, a resort means the reception. Now the vulture actually reached a Great Spirit and he said, the Great Spirit, it is I, Vulture, and I have questions that I cannot find the answers to on my own. Now, at a particular time in our life, we also cannot find the answers of our life as well, the purpose. Okay, we are also get confused, perplexed, what we have to do in our lives, right? What is our purpose and what we have to do in future as well. So that usually happens. At that point of time, you actually likes to have some kind of guidelines, counseling with your elders. So obviously here as well, the vulture is actually trying to understand his own self. Then blowing his head, he asked, will you help me? So he asked for his help. The Great Spirit looked at the vulture with pride. Now over here this word pride. Now the Great Spirit actually created these creatures and he knows very well that I have made them best. So it also applies to us as well. The human beings are the best creation of the Lord. Surely. Great one of the skies, ask your question. Now again he actually gives him respect. Great one of the skies. In the previous page as well you were aware the vultures can fly higher than the eagle. Okay, and again, the great spirit actually gives and looks at him with pride and says to him, the great one of the sky. These are all the notions that he actually described the character of the vulture. The vulture raised his head and began to speak. I know that I am supposed to be a creature of the sky, a humble bird. Now, again, he says that very humble. So, the uh, characters of the vulture, actually, the vulture do not attack any animal. Okay, attack and kill my brothers, the living creatures of the earth. Oh, so, they do not kill anyone, they just wait patiently, okay, on the trees or float lazily on the winds. Now, their structure, it's very aerodynamic. So without using much energy, they can remain in the sky. Okay, by using the winds, they can fly as long as possible. And he says, I am given. Wait for what I am given. So I have to wait until or unless someone actually dies or being killed. Then I will eat the leftover food or I will eat the dead animal. But the things that I don't understand. Now he asks the real question, why do my brothers run from me? Like he's not killing them. Okay, the vulture is actually not killing any animal. Still, they run away from the vulture, from him. They make fun of me, call me ugly. Okay, so the vulture actually doesn't look good. With disrespect. Many even seem to hate me, yet I have done nothing to them. So it does applies to us as well. Most of the time, people actually doesn't look at us with respect. They think that they are the best, or even they actually hate without any reason. So that does also happens with us as well. But still, we have to be patient. We have to have some courage and some respect for ourselves. Why must I always wait for things to die so that I may have them? I too would like to hunt as the great eagle and the mighty falcon. So he just suggests, he just compare himself with the great eagle or the falcon, that they are actually killing the animals and they are having their food at any point of time they want, but I do have to wait for the food. And at this point of time he gives another examples, or I can just find the seeds, like of the ground, like of the robin or the blue jay. So he gives the examples of even the birds. Why, great spirit, did you make me as I am? Why you have made me like this? The great spirit at that point of time was silently actually hearing and thought about his answer. Finally he stood and walked to the edge of the sky, motioning for the vulture to follow. So you can see him like the lodge of the great spirit is like on the on the cloud in reality, and at the edge he actually gives the direction, gives a gesture. Look down there, great bird. Now again, the great spirit actually giving the respect to vulture. Great bird. Everything I have made is there. Whatever I have made is this earth, and everything I have made, I have given a reason. So for a reason, every creature is actually being made. Vulture, you were given the patience that no other animal on earth can equal. So you can just imagine the patience that a vulture actually had. And you might not be aware that the vultures are they are on the verge of extinction. So soon there will be no vultures left in this world. So soon there will be no vultures actually left on this world. And he says that you were given the patience. So no other have that kind of patience that you actually have, and you are number one. Again, he describes him the best. You were made strong of a body. You can fly higher than the other eagles. Your jaws are more power. Okay, apart the mightiest of the creatures. So even in any dead animal, the vulture's jaws can tear them apart with ease. In this, you are number one. Again, he describes as your body and head were made in the colors of both life and war. So the color actually shows the life. Like the brown color actually shows the earth and the soil, and the red color actually shows the danger, the war. And all the things of the earth will come to you eventually. So everything will come to you at the end. Your appearance is one that demands respect, causes fear in the hearts of those who look upon you, sorry. So it creates an image in the heart of the others when they look at the mighty vulture. So explains the great spirit actually explains, no matter their strength, like the animal actually, they have to come to you, they have to bow to you. Okay, you are the number one. No one is stronger than you. Imagine, my friend, what the world would be if all the living creatures were to be left lying around after their lives were over. So, what will actually happen? The decomposition part, it will create bad smell. Also, it can create infections for others. The work for the vulture is to clean the earth, not an appealing sight, not a beautiful or attractive sight. It is your job to keep Mother Earth as clean and beautiful as I have made her. So, this is your job, this is your responsibility. I have given this duty to no other creature apart from you. So, this makes you special follower of mine. And that is why the reason that the Great Spirit actually gives him so much of respect. And again, at the end, he again said that you are number one. Do not fret. The fret means worry. When the others run from you, it is from a fear that is created from within them that they cannot help or understand. So, this is actually being created by the Great Spirit, the fear they actually have. And even it is the reflex. Even if you see the human children as well, like any child or any kid, if they see any kind of animal, any big animal, they will start crying them out because it is the reflection. It is known as reflex. Now, when they laugh at you, call you ugly, remember that your appearance has been created especially for you. And think of who will have the last laugh. Okay, at this point of time, he actually takes the comment against the others, actually. Like the last laugh, after that, you are going to enjoy them. Never hold your head in shame. Okay, you are created as the proudest of the creatures. Go and be that way. Keep my words, you vulture, you are my number one. Again, he gives him the respect, the energy, the confidence that you are the number one. No one is greater than you. With this, the Great Spirit turned and walked back to his place in the sky. And the Great Spirit actually moved now, knowing that their meeting was finished. The vulture, with a new pride, now he is actually charged. He now understands his value, that he is very valuable, and stands. Stands means the way someone actually stands. And strength in his voice called out, "Thank you, Great Spirit, I shall not forget." So that is something he will not forget again or ever in his life. And he then jumped back into the sky and floated back to his perch. Perch means the actually the trunk where he was sitting. To this very day, the vulture actually waits for what comes his way. He does not hunt and kill. So even now as well, the vulture actually do not kill any animal. He just wait for his food, like other creatures do. So every creature actually kill any other animal, but he actually lives alone and is patient. He remains proud of who he is. And we also should be proud of what we are, whatever we are doing in this world. We should be proud of ourselves. So we do not have to compare with others. That is the main point. Willing to share with others what little he has and bide his time. Bide his time means patiently for something good to happen. Why? Because he learned a very special lesson from the Great Spirit. All things come to those who wait. So this is a kind of a moral that actually came in at the end. Like when you wait for the things, it will come to you. So you just have to wait and just work hard, and certainly it will come.